The only thing that Mahomes has to worry about is family members because he's just surrounded by everyone. Everyone criticizes the wife. She's the only one that's not taking the
I
law.
love her.
Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the Odd Coaches Podcast Big Game Preview that's gonna be super. I am your host, Dr. Keith Adams, and with me today, team leader for life, Mike King. Mike, how you doing, man? Ready for the big game?
Doing well. I'm ready.
All right. And Captain for Life, Will Cotton. And I'm waiting for segment 3 because I've got my notepad next to me because Will's going to give me some good stuff. Will, how you doing, man?
Feeling great. Nice and warm today. Got the heat on. Definitely.
All right. So in segment 1, we're going to do the AFC champion breakdown. In segment 2, we're going to do the NFC champion breakdown. And in segment 3, we are going to make our selections strictly for entertainment purposes only. But first, the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs will take on the NFC champion San Francisco 49ers for the 2023 National Football League Championship and the Vince Lombardi Trophy on Sunday, February 11th, 2024 at Allegiant Stadium. See, we didn't say the other name. And Will, I think you've been to Allegiant Stadium. Anything you want to share about that experience?
It looks crazy from the outside driving in. Like you're driving in on the highway to it. And I don't know how many more people don't get in accidents. It's so nice. You get inside, plush, everything. There's not a bad seat in the house. It's great, man. I like it. Food is good. Beverages are good. You can't. I don't think you can gamble in there. You actually have to leave and go to an actual casino and do it. But everything else is great. And the halftime. Oh my God! Obviously, it's Vegas. It's great. I had a blast. Everyone should go for sure.
Okay, all right. Last time I was in Vegas, I missed the Allegiant Stadium, but I did see the Sphere, and that's a distraction. I don't know how they don't drive off the road looking at that. But let's get to the game itself. Kansas City breakdown. Kansas City is aiming to be back-to-back champions after getting past Baltimore in the AFC Championship game against possibly the greatest wishbone quarterback ever. Shout out to Big Brother Rick. So here are the pluses. They have Patrick Mahomes, not his dad. Please, let's not drive like that. And he plays his best football in the postseason. Past 6 postseason games, he's completed over 70% of his passes. He's a machine. He is an outstanding player. On the Delta side, though, Mike, you see how I use Delta, pluses, deltas. Mahomes had his worst statistical regular season this past year. The Chiefs, a lot of drop passes all year, cost me a couple of weeks in a row. And they've got injuries at the wrong time. So, Mike, what are you thinking about the Chiefs, man?
I don't care about Mahomes' regular season, what his stats were, because the Chiefs are almost, again, it's like an NBA team, a veteran NBA team that's just saving it for when it matters. And they went into Baltimore, who was the best team all year, and that meant nothing because they raised their game when they had to. Mahomes raised his game when he had to. The defense was great. With those injuries, the defense was great. Chiefs are ready to go. The only thing that Mahomes has to worry about is family members because he's just surrounded by everyone. Everyone criticizes the wife. She's the only one that's not taking the law.
I love her. I think she's cool.
She gets mad when he says things to her. That's relatable. And everyone piles on her. It's the brother and the dad. I mean,
that's what you get on our show. Will, what are you thinking about the Chiefs?
Pat Mahomes is just
Pat Mahomes, just different level, man.
Different
level. Will, what are you thinking about the Chiefs?
Quietly, that defense is playing very well right now. Very, very well. A lot of confidence, and they're attacking everything right now. They can shut everything down. That's how they feel. They're feeling, and they're healthy. They're healthy, you know. Chris Jones on the other side, edging. Oh man, that dude. I mean, he's gonna get paid by somebody, but he's gonna get paid. And Kansas City is lucky that they got him to play off that 1-year deal. he balled out, man. But they have other guys that they don't even know. I don't watch the Chiefs particularly, but they have a lot of guys in there who can really play very well. And, Mahomes is just doing his thing, man. He's doing his thing. Quietly, there's a guy, Rashee Rice from South Carolina. He is balling right now, playing very well, catching the ball when he needs to, creating plays crazy. Pacheco, man, the guy is just a pit bull, man. That dude is like, man, they look good. They look good. They're hitting their time at the right time. And obviously, Mahomes and Kelsey are now bam, bam, like locked in. So watch out. But they're looking good. They're looking very good.
All right. Now, Mike, you're my historian. Is this a dynasty? Because the Chiefs have already kind of dominated the AFC, but they got 2 titles. This would make 3, correct? So if they win this one, are they a dynasty, or are they already a dynasty already?
I think they'd have to win. I think you have to get to 3 because 2 Super Bowls is good. When you get to 3 or more in a short window, I think that's dynasty. So then, and even if they lose this one, win next year, I'd still say they'd be a dynasty. But I do think you need to get to that 3rd.
All right. Will, agree or disagree?
I agree. Really, I think they've been to the last like 5 AFC championships or something like that. So that's very good. Denver did the same thing, and they were not that good. So they got to get that next 3, like Mike said.
All right. So, fans, when we get back, we'll break down the San Francisco 49ers. We'll be right back on the Odd Coaches podcast.
The reviews are in for Dr. Keith Adams' book, Finding the Balance, My Personal Journey to Academic and Athletic Success. College professor and student-athlete academic expert Dr. Lisa Rubin said, "There is nothing out there like this book, so I do hope people will pay attention and give it a read." Former George Mason standout Fowler and Campbell said, "Consider this book an opportunity to work directly with Dr. Adams just like I did. I assure you that there will be something you can take away that will be useful to you throughout your personal journey." Ryan Waite, a recent college graduate who is a software engineer, said, "I like how the book is based on research, which makes it good for general students as well as student athletes." The book serves as both a memoir to Dr. Adams' 30-year academic and athletic career, as well as an instructional guide to assist student athletes, parents, coaches, teachers, and administrators navigate through the challenges of finding a better balance between academic and athletic success. The book includes over 15 personal stories and anecdotes from Dr. Adams, along with numerous former players and colleagues from a variety of sports and endeavors. You can order your copy at www.ckasaveproject.org. From the main page, simply click CKA Save Project Services and order the Find the Balance book. For more information, contact Dr. Keith Adams by email at cka@ckasaveproject.org.
Welcome back to the Odd Coaches podcast in segment 2, San Francisco Breakdown. So the San Francisco 49ers booked its trip to Las Vegas with a extremely lucky comeback win versus the Detroit Lions, who should have just kicked the field goal. I'm still mad, but I got to let it go. Pluses. They had a league-high 9 players selected to the Pro Bowl. Did anybody watch the Pro Bowl, by the way? Okay, I'm sorry.
I wanted to watch the skills challenge, but they didn't even tell nobody it was on. I didn't see a commercial about it.
I don't care. All right. 12 more were chosen as alternates. Will, help me out with the name. Is it Brandon Ayuk? Ayuk. He's catching the ball all over the place. George Kittle, who likes wrestling, and we like that. He's still one of the best tight ends. So there's your pluses. Deltas, they haven't played well, and they still won. They're like old Flair in the mid-'80s who get beat up most of the match, hold the ropes, put his foot on the ropes, win, roll out with the belt. So I don't know if they'll be able to do that against Kansas City. Mike, what are you thinking about the 49ers?
I mean, that Packer game for me was the one that was like, ugh. The Packers, like 3? The Packers lost to the Giants recently. Like, that was not very impressive. Then the Lions, it took a lot for them to win that one. Good for them to come back. I'm just not sold on Purdy. I think when you get to the Super Bowl, a lot of the time it's quarterback. Who's got the better quarterback? And in this case, it's a chasm between the two of them. So I think there's more talent on both sides of the ball in San Francisco, but Mahomes is good enough to make up for all of that talent. So I'm going. I kind of like the Chiefs over that. Mainly, it's because Purdy. I think he's just a passenger.
Okay. Will, what do you think about the 49ers?
I like Purdy. I think, and I have a very weird take on it. Like he's not as good as Russell Wilson as a rookie. But when you put a middle level kind of quarterback and you put around talent and defense around them, they evolve. He became the quarterback that was an MVP caliber kind of guy. And I'm not saying Purdy, and he is now, obviously, so it is. So if he just needs to continue his growth, keep the good structure in front of him, the kid's good. He has a good deep ball. He can throw intermediate. He has a great running back. I think one that like CMC starts to break down and get a little older, and they get like a not a superstar running back, but kind of like a standard running back. They'll start to kind of open his and see his holes and things like that, and they'll see okay, this guy is really not that. He can't throw it 40 times, or he can't. You know what I'm saying? So, but they're tough. It's one of the Super Bowls. Like between as good as San Fran is, I can't even pick who's going to win. I think I would have to say Kyle Shanahan is always going to choke. So, it's hard for me to.
All right.
Hard for me to go with him.
When we get back, fans, to close out this big game preview, we're going to give you some news, some notes, some things strictly for entertainment purposes only. And I'm going to actually let you know who's going to win this one. We'll be right back on the Odd Coaches Podcast.
The CKA SAVE Project is an industry leader in advocating for student-athlete, academic, and athletic needs. Through academic and athletic enrichment, the CKA SAVE Project is on the forefront of the issues facing 21st century student-athletes. As student-athletes continue to struggle to find a better balance between academic and athletic success, the CKA SAVE Project offers academic and athletic services to support student-athlete academic success, including academic skills assessment, academic and athletic consulting, academic monitoring, academic and athletic workshops. For more information or to schedule a free consultation, contact Dr. Keith Adams by email at cka@ckasaveproject.org.
Welcome back to the Odd Coaches Podcast in segment 3. Before we get to our picks, I'll give you some random Super Bowl notes. The media hotels, they're staying at the Luxor and the Excalibur. You know what that tells me? They don't like the media. Because I'm not staying at the Luxor or the Excalibur, but I ain't mad at them if you want to sponsor us. The team practice sites. Kansas City is practicing at the Raiders headquarters. San Francisco's practicing at UNLV. I've done a tour of UNLV when I've been to Vegas, and shout out to my man Jason Frank. And I enjoy UNLV. I would have gone there. It's a nice spot. Coverage. The NFL Network is going to provide, gentlemen, wait for it, 11 hours of pregame coverage. How are you going to do 11 hours of pregame coverage? They'll find a way. They even got SpongeBob and Patrick doing some commentary. The Taylor Swift factor. Do you even care, Mike, if she comes?
I think it's good for football. It's good for everyone that gets mad about it. It's like, well, who cares?
Who cares?
Christian McCaffrey's wife was Miss
Taking
Universe.
jerseys and jackets.
Show her more. Show all of them more. Who cares? It makes them human. It humanizes the sport, the people. It makes it better. I find the whole thing, people getting mad. Football, who cares?
Who cares? Will, do we care about Taylor Swift?
I like Taylor Swift. I'm not a big fan of her music, so I'm not listening down the highway, listen to it. But she's good for the NFL. I mean, people are watching. People who even want to talk about football are like, hey, Taylor Swift. They complain about being Taylor Swift on like a microsecond, like a half a second, but nobody has an issue when there's a challenge and there's like 2 minutes of just dead time.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like nobody cares. Like I think people are just upset. And like she's actually a pretty good person. Like she's not like a jerk or like or anybody like that. Like I think it's good for the team. Who?
The ratings will be insane. And honestly, we need more Jason Kelsey coverage.
She
Harris was
and she
great. Give us
almost
more Jason Kelsey because that
and
he stole the show a couple weeks ago.
and remember, she was supposed to do the Super Bowl and she turned it down. So could you imagine? The NFL is like, oh man, like if you had did this, man, you would have been the biggest Super Bowl like in a long time. I'm not even
So
going to say who she's going to compare it by, but she was going to be big.
so my high school teammate summed it up for me best. She has not taken away from one play. I have seen every play, and it is between the plays that they show her. So, hey, come on, Taylor, come on, hang out, shout the show out, wear a T-shirt. And when I was AD at Wheaton High School, Shake It Off was a part of the warm-up tape. So, yes, I'm good. Usher is the halftime performer, and I am biased. Michael Jackson was the first big time celebrity to do the halftime show, and of course, the greatest halftime show. And you will never talk me off this. Is Prince singing "Purple Rain" in the actual rain? Okay, so yeah. But Muff likes Usher, and we went to Vegas. She went to the Usher show, so I don't have a problem with Usher, and I know like 5 songs, and there you go. So now, strictly for entertainment purposes only, 49ers are a 2-point favorite as of this taping. It could move. The over-under is 47.5. Kansas City is 13-2 in its last 15 playoff games, covering the spread in 11 of those games. And Kansas City has won 6 consecutive playoff games since the beginning of last year's postseason. So with that, before I give you my picks, fans, Will, are you doing anything strictly for entertainment purposes only for the big game?
Oh yeah, for sure. I might do some Mahomes attempts. He's gonna throw a lot. I think he's definitely gonna throw a lot. I think I might take, Ayuk to take some yards and definitely take Debo to get a touchdown. CMC, he scores every time. So Kelsey too. I mean, I guess if you want to get some safe ones, I would do CMC anytime touchdown, blame little Kelsey. And then you can kind of throw some other things in there. But there's a lot of things that you can throw in. Pacheco, anytime touchdown, something all you can throw in there. So it's something. I'm gonna sprinkle it in. I'll show you what I'm doing, but I'm excited.
Well, make sure you follow Will on social media. Mike, are you doing anything strictly for entertainment purposes only?
If I do, I think I would take the Chiefs and make the odds go up and have the Chiefs win by like 5.5. Go Chiefs win by 6 or more. See what if the 49ers 2-point favorites, then that should give you some decent plus odds. I think the Chiefs will I want to have it where if it does go to OT, I still have something to root for.
All right. Well, for me, fans, I am going to take KC +2. If I can still get it, I am double checking the sheets now, and that's still +2. Will is a bad influence on me. I'm going to take Pacheco over 68.5 yards rushing. Who's the R. Rice? Because I know it's not the other one. But
Rasheed Rice. He's good, yeah.
I'm taking him under 66.5 receiving yards, and also under 6.5 total receiving yards. And Brock Purdy, I'm taking the over on interceptions because it's 0.5 and 7th round draft picks throw interceptions. Okay.
Yeah,
so before we make our final picks, Will, where are you watching the game?
I'm still trying to find a place. My wife is out of town, so I need to find somewhere to go. I have a couple of friends I want to hang out and just maybe watch the game with them, keep chill, have a couple drinks. But I have no solid plans right now.
Yeah, I wonder what Son of Festus is doing. I think I might want to watch a 49ers game with him. But we got to tape the show, so we got to find someplace. Mike, where are you watching the game, sir?
I'll be out of state because I'm chaperoning a field trip, so I'll be watching the game in Florida.
That's an offline.
Mm-hmm.
Only you, but I'm going to let that go. I will be in the confines of the Batcave / Paisley Park watching this. So now, Mike has already said Kansas City's going to win this one
By 6.
By 6, okay. Cotton Man, who's winning?
I like that KC +2, man. I like that KC.
Yeah. All right. And me, I am a simplistic guy. One guy is a 7th-round draft pick who's running the ship. The other guy is a 1st-round draft pick running the ship. One's going to beat 7 every time you do it. So that's my logic. I'm picking Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs because it's Patrick Mahomes. And if a certain colleague of mine was still here, he cuss me out if I picked against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Shout out to KC. So, fans, as we close, it is the most watched game of the year. It's a global spectacle. We will have a full wrap up next week because we're going to stay up, watch the game, and give you everything. And then we'll also sneak in some coaching hires. So, on behalf of our cavalcade of stars, I'm Dr. Keith Adams saying thank you for listening and or watching the Odd Coaches podcast. And we'll see you on the sidelines. Until next time, take care.
The Odd Coaches podcast is sponsored by the CKA Save Project. The CKA Save Project is an industry leader in providing student-athlete academic and athletic support. From assessing student-athletes' academic and athletic skills, to measuring and monitoring student-athlete academic progress, to improving student-athlete time management and organizational skills, the CKA Save Project provides wraparound services for student-athletes from middle school through college. For more information, visit us on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org or schedule a free consultation with Dr. Keith Adams by emailing cka@ckasaveproject.org. We hope you enjoyed today's show. The Odd Coaches podcast drops new episodes every Tuesday through Friday on most weeks. Make sure you subscribe to the Odd Coaches podcast on Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Spotify, and YouTube. Follow the Odd Coaches podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Odd Coaches. Follow Dr. Adams on Twitter and Instagram at CKA Save Project. In addition, follow Coach Mike Francis on Twitter and Instagram at Coach Franchise, spelled Coach Franchize. For more information about the CKA Save Project, please visit them on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org. See you next time on the Odd Coaches Podcast.